Frank in the middle? Is that on the, okay, on mine, I'm sorry. Okay, Joseph, you're first, we're doing this.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Joseph Guagliardo. I represent the 110,000 Italian Americans in civil service, National Council of Columbia Association, and about another 500,000 I represent as the chairman of the Conference of Presidents of Major Italian American Organizations. I'd like to thank you and for your service, unenviable job you have. And with that, I want to say, where is the woman that started all of this? She seems to have disappeared. I would have liked to have seen the person, the Speaker of the City Council, who I refuse to mention her name, at the very least testify, since she dragged me out of bed on August 21st, standing in front of a statue, proclaiming to be speaking for Indians, which didn't appear until a month later in a letter form, not in body. But she created this, and yet she hasn't found the respect to be able to sit in front of you and actually give testimony, or at the very least speak to the city after what she did. I don't speak as well as most people do, but I do want to come here today and put a couple of things together. I've heard, why are Italians so upset? Christopher Columbus has nothing to do with Italians. Italy wasn't even created. Christopher Columbus was the uncle in the next room that was invisible. We were taught, many of us Italian Americans were taught very simply that he was a voyager. Wasn't a great man. He was like an Al Franken. A couple of months ago we would have put up a statue. Today, not so much. The one. He was the uncle in the next room. We learned that he was a voyager. We learned that he lived beyond his own vision, and that's what he actually did. We go to that statue. It's part of us. It's part of who we are, and that's why Italian Americans are offended. History is history. That's the reality. Everything that we're looking at now is the interpretation. Do not take that statue down. That statue was vetted 3 times in its history. When it was being considered to be erected, when it was brought before the Italian community and they donated pennies and nickels to erect it, and then later on in history, when the holiday was named after him. That statue was already vetted. Let's leave it alone. Let's leave the date alone. Let's leave the memorials alone. If we were a perfect nation, and this is the only way I would go along with destroying anything, every single family whose money came from owning slaves would have to give up their wealth. Then and only then would we be a perfect nation. We are far from perfect. So let's leave our statues alone. And for you people that want to put markers on my statue, here, how about we educate kids or give them a cell phone and let them Google it? Every statue has a kiosk.